Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're out on Lake Chickamauga. I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of live scope fishing. I want to get better at targeting bass and also crappie, because I've started to really enjoy crappie fishing recently, and so today I wanted to go out here and really just kind of meander out here in the middle of this basin here and see if I can't catch some fish on live scope. I'm pretty sure that I can catch some crappie, bass. We'll see if we can catch some bass too. We've got a lot of seagull action, which is actually a big deal this time of year. Looking for those guys. Probably by 11 o'clock they'll be probably done for the day. But one thing that I've got here is I've got a little crappie rig. We're doing something a little bit different. Got the hover rig from Core Tackle in a Z-Man Thin Swims 2.5, and we're gonna go out and definitely do a little bit of crappie fishing, as well as throwing the Nedmiki around. And we've got, if I can hold this up, we've got the Finesse Eyes jig head and the 3.5 inch jerk shads. So we're gonna throw that around and hover that above the fish. So there's obviously bait around here, and I'm pretty sure that there's all kinds of bass and crappie mixed in. So let's get started. Oh, crappie, crappie, crappie. Yeah. That's a keeper. It's a keeper. Heck yeah. Gonna put him in the well. Beautiful crappie on the DAMIKI. I think I do want to keep these guys. Just in case. All right. Oh, I'm stuck on a zipper. Stuck on a zipper. I got it dialed. I got it figured out. That's a good one. That's a good crappie. All right, so they kind of like the DAMIKI today. That's a good crappie. That's a big one. It's number 2. We're gonna be eating some crappie tonight. All right, so what I figured out was I'm moving it way too much, and that may be a pretty common thing for crappie fishing, is you really just want to finesse them and kind of hover it a little bit more. But that's kind of what I was doing wrong. Oh, golly, dude, I'm about to crush these crappie. Oh man, there are some big stripers around here too right now. Golly, this is insane. I'm about to load the boat, guys. About to load the boat. This is going to be good. Another one. Oh, that's a bluegill. I think a lot of these fish that I'm targeting right now are bluegill, because they all seem about the same size, and they're kind of like grouped up like you would expect a bunch of winter bluegill to be grouped up. And we're fishing right on the edge of this creek channel. There's a good one. A good something. I don't know, that might be a bass. Be a bass. It is a bass. It's about time. Oh, look at that guy. Gosh, these fish are fat right now. On the Nedmiki. Look how chunky he is. Crazy. Man, it is so cool. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of controversy, you know, surrounding live scope and forward-facing sonar in general, but it is fun. I mean, it's a different style fishing altogether, but it is so much fun. Oh yeah. What are you? I kind of feel like this might be a bass. He's staying down. It's a striper. Gotta be a striper. Oh my gosh, it's a giant largemouth. Holy cow. This is a giant largemouth. Why on earth did it not want to come up? I thought for sure this was a big old catfish. Holy cow. Big old largy. Come here. Come here, you beast. I mean, a giant. A freaking toad. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of that largemouth. That is insane. Look at that. Nedmiki in the mouth. That is incredible. Oh my gosh. I gotta get a picture of that. Oh my god. That is insane. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. That is, I mean, legit, at least 7 pounds. I don't even think I've got a scale in here. Let's see if I do. All right, we got my spare catch commander. Let's see what she weighs. Well, 692. 692. All right, you can't really see it. This catch commander is kind of messed up. It probably got wet, but anyways, we're gonna put this girl back in the water. Oh my gosh, that was pretty darn awesome. So much fun. 7 pounder in the boat. I'll call a 692 a 7 pounder. I'm not even sure if that scale was working right. It looked pretty poor. Oh my gosh. All right, I would say I'm starting to feel better about my live scope fishing for sure. All right, guys, so we're back at the garage. I forgot to do an outro out there on the water, but now that we're back, we'll just go ahead and do it here. But overall, it was a ton of fun. I had a blast out there. You know, I've been fishing live scope ever since the very beginning of the technology, but I don't feel like I've utilized it to the maximum potential like other guys have done with you know, techniques such as like moping or Nedmiki, whatever you want to call it. And so that's what I'm trying to learn right now. And I feel like you know, when I went out for this video, I learned a ton. I learned how the fish, different species, react to the Nedmiki differently. Like the crappie just want to really just penduluming and kind of gliding into the brush pile, no shaking of the rod tip, none of that stuff. And sometimes I just lift the rod tip slowly, and that's when they'd eat it. The white bass and the hybrids and all that stuff, they would eat it as it's kind of, you know, moving away from them. So I'd like pull it away from them. That's when they'd hit it. And then the largemouth I caught like 4 largemouth, including that 7-pounder. And all of those were kind of varied. But the common theme for the largemouth was if you got in front of them, usually they'd eat it, you know, but you'd have to figure out like exactly how they wanted it presented. Do they want it? Were they just going to eat it on the fall, or were they going to eat it as you're pulling it away from them? So different things. But I wanted to review the tackle once more. We've got, this was the exact setup that I used that day. This is the Nedmiki 3.5-inch jerk shads here in the Gussie Glimmer Blue. This is the pearl-colored finesse size jig head. Really good jig head for this technique, 3/16 ounce. I was using a leader material, about 20-foot leader of 6-pound gold label fluorocarbon from Seagar, tying that to a main line of 15-pound Smackdown. And I've got that spooled on the S4000 spinning reel from Fitzgerald. You can use the S3000. I like the bigger one. And then that all was on a 7.3 medium action all-purpose rod. So that was the setup. Worked really, really well. And yeah, I was pretty happy with it. So if you guys are interested in buying any of the products that I mentioned here, most of the time I'm going to be putting an affiliate link in the description below so you can purchase through 44tackle.com. And, you know, not only can you streamline your purchasing experience by using those links, but it also gives you a 10% discount on your order. And it also helps support the channel. So if you're looking for ways to support the channel, number one, watching the videos and commenting and sharing the videos, those are all great ways. Really appreciate it. There's nothing that I love more than this to hear people comment saying that they caught their biggest fish or they've improved their fishing using the tips that I give you guys. And but another way to support the channel is to use those affiliate links, because I also get a small kickback on those orders. So you get 10% off of the order, and then I get a small percentage as well to help support this channel and so I can create more content. So consider using those links if you're going to purchase something anyways. Another thing that I definitely neglect to mention in every single video is that we've got merchandise up. We've had it for a few months now, and we've got like shirts, sweatshirts, t-shirts. So there's SonarFishing merch in the store, the Spread Shop store below this video. You should be able to see it. So use those links if you want some merchandise. That would be awesome to see a bunch of people walking around with SonarFishing merch. That would be amazing. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for the support. This was a fun video to put together. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm going to see you out on the water. Trust the process.